and no matter which way I turned, it was a wall, you know. But God can keep us in the middle of that storm. He can keep us in that place of peacefulness. You know, when we get to that place where we feel like, okay, we need to get down on our knees and go before God and pray, because then that's when He can bring us into that peace and that calm. Sometimes God will let us do that, but He'll bring us into that place to get our attention. You know, and then He can give us that peace, and we can show that peace, that no matter what anybody knows that we're going through, we can rest assured that we have a God and that He's going to bring us through, and He'll give us that peace in the middle of it. And long suffering, that no matter what we're going, we can still keep plugging along. And we can have gentleness, we can have meekness, we can have goodness. We are that light. We're producing that light of the Holy Ghost. We're producing those spirits that this world will see. They will see our kindness, our gentleness. They will see our meekness, our long suffering. And you know, people around us sometimes, you know, families know what other families go through, and they'll see how you handle it. You know, but if they see that we're still going on, that we're not giving up on God, no matter what's going on in our lives, that we're still plugging right along, and we're still determined that we're not going to give up just because the going gets rough and just because things get tough, that we're still going to go. Meekness, temperance. You know, against such there is no law. Meekness sometimes is hard for me. You know, God's calmed me down a lot over the years. I used to have a terrible temper. But God has calmed me down. You know, God will calm you down. Whatever, you know, you feel like your weaknesses are, God will help you with it. There was a time I could never get up here and do this. I did not have boldness. But God takes over. And when God takes over, then God starts speaking. And you can feel the Holy Ghost, and God starts moving. And people see this in us. They will see that reflection. They'll know what we stand for. And they'll see that. And that's what's going to make them desire to have what we have. That we're the light. That when we witness to them and we invite them to church, that they will see something in us. They will see that Holy Ghost fire in us. And when they come to the church and they see what a friendly church we are, that we have the fruits of the Spirit, that the gifts of the Spirit are in this church, and we haven't given up on the gifts of the Spirit. That we are faithful, we are truthful, we are dedicated. You know, Jesus was the first light. Mary had the baby. The Holy Ghost as the Father, Son of Man and Son of God. And He was the first light. And He walked this earth. And He came down. He sacrificed and came down here before us. He didn't have to. He didn't have to. Before, when He got so disgusted with man, He destroyed him. He just said, okay, we'll just start over. And on down the years, it went right back to the same thing. Sinful. And everything. So God, Jesus manifested in flesh. He Himself came down as the light to this world. He brought in many, many, many souls. He didn't have to hang on the cross for us. He didn't have to be beaten. He could have stopped it anytime. Anytime. He could have stopped it. Today, we are the light. We're the light to this world. You know, they need to see the Holy Ghost in us. You know, they need to see, you know, I've been out times, you know, I remember several years back, Steve had back surgery. And I went to, it was right around Christmas time, I went to, I think it was Lowe's, and to get a Christmas tree. I wanted a real tree. And I walked on the lot, and You know, it's not like we walk around with a sign on us saying, hey, I'm apostolic or I'm Pentecostal or whatever. But I walked on like it was dark, and I told the guy, asked the guy, can you help me? He's an older guy. And I said, yeah, I said, I'm looking for a tree, but I don't want something real big. I don't need anything real big, just something small. He said, you know what? I got just the thing. And he walked over, and apparently one of the trees they had taken down, the top had broke out of it. And it was about yay high, you know, which was fine because our house was small. He said, I got this, and it came right out. I said, that'll be perfect, that'll be fine. I said, well, how much is it? Nothing. And I said, well, I don't want you to get in trouble. You know, I'll pay you for it, you know. He said, no, we'll take care of a sister. And he looked at me, he said, you are a sister, aren't you?
Come on now.
I said, yes. You know, people can see the light of God in us.
Amen.
The men as well as the women. They can see the glory of God upon you. And you know, and if you're out witnessing to people, or maybe you feel led to pray for them, that Holy Ghost glow is going to come on you when you start praying. They're going to feel that. They're going to feel the power of God. They're going to see the light of God on you. You know, I've seen people come up here and get the Holy Ghost. And I remember a certain person that came up here one night, and I remember being in front of them. And when they started speaking in tongues, this light came over their face. You know, the glory of the Holy Ghost was just showing all around them. And that's the way we are. When the services get wound up here and the Holy Ghost falls here, have you ever looked around and watched people? You know, sometimes when you look around, I have looked sometimes when maybe just one person is shouting, and you can see that glory of the Holy Ghost on them. You know, you can see the evidence of the Holy Ghost on them. You see the evidence of the light of the Holy Ghost on them. We are that light in this day and time. We are the ones that's here to reach this world. We are the ones that God has chosen, that He has brought us to this place. You know, let us be a light in this darkness. Let us be a reflection of God. When we look in the mirror, are we seeing carnality?
Come on.
Are we looking at the man in the mirror? When we look in the mirror, are we seeing godliness? Are we seeing holiness? Or are we seeing things that shouldn't be there? We are a reflection of our God. So let's be a light to this world. Let's be a light in the darkness of sin in this world. And let's reach these souls and say something to them that'll stir their hearts. I pray all the time, Lord, please fill my mouth. Please, Lord, fill my mouth with what to say. Take away any fear. Take away any doubt. Take away any unbelief, anything that should not be, to cleanse this vessel from head to toe. Let my life be a reflection of you. When people look on me, let them see God, not Jennie. Let them see God. Thank you.